If you just have combination skin, dry or oily skin, and live under the hot weather, and you are currently interested to find out more about the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundations and Primer, and also their previous soft matte formula, whether which of these two suit you better, please continue watching. And if you like this video, please help me to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Hello dears, welcome to Beauty for Heart. I'm Li-Ling, as I stated. Today I'll be doing a half face. My left half will be using these two latest Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundations and Primer. And on my right half, I will be using this soft matte primer and liquid foundation. When Fenty Beauty came out with their soft matte liquid foundation last year, I was very curious and excited because they are the first one who came out with 50 shades, not 50, 50 shades of colors that suits every skin tone. But because my concern is I like to have more hydrating and glowy look, so I'm actually secretly wishing that they can come out with the hydrating formulas. So now they came out and I already grabbed mine. But recently I realized my skin condition changed also. It becomes oilier even for my dry use zone. So I am also thinking whether this soft matte formula can really help me to keep the shine away. So that's why now I got two sets. I want to test them out. And my skin condition is I have combination skin, oily T-zone, dry U-zone, tons of melanocytes all over the face, especially on the cheeks. Yeah, the cheeks area. And they are getting bigger and bigger, more and more. My pores are either open or clogged. I have visible veins and also dark circles and pigmentation and freckles. And getting saggy already. So I'm really curious how this foundation will work on my skin. So if you just have similar skin condition with me, then you might like to find out more. And this will be my first impression, first time trying them out. So dears, I will be doing the application first, then the first check-in, second check-in, and a conclusion whether this is really for you or which skin type suits which foundation. Towards the end of the video, I will also recommend some drugstore alternative to the hydrating foundation. So let's hop over to the application part now. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer. It's 30 ml and is $48. Comes with a frosted glass, which is very beautiful, make it very classic, and comes in a light beige lid and pump. This Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer feels like a lotion with a pink tint, so when it applies on the skin, it looks a bit brighter. It hydrates the skin, make it more moisturized, but it doesn't minimize the pores. It is lightly scented, reminds me of Chanel perfume. It's not the Chanel perfume, but the scent reminds me of Chanel perfume. On the Sephora website, it's described as it's lightweight yet moisture-rich face primer that instantly hydrates skin without weighing it down and keeps it hydrated and comfortable all day while making your foundation last even longer. With the help of rapeseed oil and sodium hyaluronate, known for their hydrating powers, this fast-absorbing formula feels incredibly silky smooth and melts into the skin without a trace, delivering a soft silk finish that all normal to dry skin types will love. Paired with any Fenty Beauty foundation, Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer also works instantly to soften the skin, smooth away dry patches, and create a filter-like blurry effect. The result? A fresh, flawless canvas that lets makeup glide on smoothly and evenly, while helping it last all day without caking or settling. My dry use zone feels very comfortable with this. oily T-zone doesn't feel oily now. It is like a moisturizer, very hydrating, and it has a slight glow to it. I don't really observe the blurry effect, but the camera will pick up better. It's more glowing in the camera than in the mirror. This is the Fenty Beauty True Matte Pro Filter Mattifying Primer. It has the same packaging with the hydrating primer, just that the lotion is white instead of pinkish tone. And it comes also in 30 ml for the 8 Sing dollar and has the same scent. I'm not sure why. When I apply it on the skin, it does balls up. You know, it's like the output of an eraser when you erase certain words on a piece of paper. It balls out. It feels also like a lotion, more slickeny, diametrically, and lighter on the face, and the skin feels smoother and more matte. My pores is more refined. It does blurs out my pores, but the disadvantage is it balls up when I rub my face, so that's something that I don't really like. So on the website, it's described as give combination to oily skin the magnitude adjustment it always needed, with the same lightweight cushiony texture that fans of the original Fenty Beauty primer know and love. Pro Filter Mattifying Primer takes anti-shine to the next level, giving skin the ultimate fresh, clean slant for your Fenty face. Instantly mattify the skin, but shine all day and smooth the look of pores without feeling tight or dry. Paired with any Pro Filter foundation, this oil-free face primer helps makeup blend better, last longer, and feeling fresh all day without caking. Made with a unique blend of blue agave extract and blurring powder, known for mattifying with a filter-like effect. This universal primer melts into all skin tones, leaving behind nothing but an instant soft focus canvas that keeps your skin in the game all day. A little goes a long way, so apply wherever you need, like the T-zone, around the nose and chin. And this is the star product today. This is the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Liquid Foundation. This is their latest products. This is 32 ml, 52 Sing dollar. This comes in a tube with the pump, which makes it very hygienic. This liquid foundation has high coverage. On my face, it covers my vein and also my freckles and pigmentation. It reflects light, gives my skin a softer and neat glow. It's not dewy at all. It's not like the Korean foundation that is very dewy. The texture is thick yet the weight, as you can see just now when I apply it on my hand. It feels moisturizing but not tacky or sticky. Feel very comfortable. It has 50 shades, so you can find one shade that really suits your skin. For the scent, it reminds me of this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Liquid Foundation. It's very similar. It has the kind of like a very light saliva scent, which I don't really like it. And on the Sephora website, it's described as Pro Filter's fans have spoken and Rihanna has listened. For the first time ever, medium to full coverage meets serious Longwear in a hydrating foundation with a perfectly smooth, natural finish that lets your skin look like skin. We are talking natural, not dewy. Like your skin just had a much-needed drink of water. Recognizing the need for a hydrating Pro Filter formula that normal to dry skin types will love, Rihanna created this foundation with grapeseed oil and sodium hyaluronate to give skin the nourishing hydration it needs and stay comfortable whole day. Long wear coverage and hydration. Now you can have it in all 50 shades, each delivered in a portable tube that makes it easy to take with you wherever you go. Just like the original Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation has a sweat and humidity resistant formula that easily builds to medium to full coverage, instantly evening out our skins without clogging pores or settling into fine lines. Plus, the Longwear light as air texture is undetectable on skin, so you look always you. And this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. This is the original foundation that they come out last year, and it shocked the whole market because they are the first one that comes out with 50 color shades for different skin tone tiers. This also has high coverage, covers up my veins as well as my dark circles a bit and the freckles. The texture is more dense and thicker. As you can see, when I pump out the liquid foundation on my hand, it smooths down slower. Now touching my face, it feels lightweight, matte and almost powdery. It has the same scent with the hydrating foundation, which again I've mentioned just now, it smells like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus liquid foundation with a mild saliva scent. It has the same scent. And the color number is the same as the hydrating foundation. So what I mean is, I'm using this liquid foundation, the hydrating one, in the color 210, and for the mattifying one, I'm using also the color 210. So you can choose the same number for these two foundations. The color is the same. Alright, now my face looks more alive. Okay, the time now is 4:38 p.m. I think you can't see from my handphone. The weather forecast of today will be 33 degrees Celsius. It's very hot today, and it will be a bright, hot, sunny day. Anyways, if you did still remember the left side, which probably is on your right, I'm using the hydrating ones, and also on my right face, which probably on your left, will be the mattifying ones. And currently, both from the mirror and also on the lens, camera lens, my left side, which is the hydrating ones, has more shine and glow. As I mentioned just now, it's very neat, very subtle, not the super dewy or the dewy type. So, like what they are describing, it looks like the skin. And on this side, which is the mattifying one, it is matte, and it feels very lightweight. So definitely not sticky, not tacky, nothing stick on it. Very comfortable. And this side feels a bit more moisturizing. But again, not tacky, not sticky. Okay, the only thing I would like to mention over here is, besides this hydrating foundation packaging is different from the rest, the two primers as well as the soft matte foundation packaging looks the same. For the foundation, it comes with a different color lid, so I don't know, sometimes if you accidentally exchange the lid with each other, then you might mistake it. So when you want to apply this, please be very careful. Yes, for the makeup today, for the face, this will be it. I will not apply any other face makeup like powder, concealer, blusher, etc. because I just want to see the foundation's performance. And I will go off screen to do the rest of my makeup, also to show other videos, and I will come back and do the first check-in in a while. So, see you later! Hello dears, I'm back! This is the first check-in, and the time now is 6:29 p.m. which is almost 2 hours after I apply the foundation. Again, I just applied the primer and foundation. There's no other face products like concealer, blusher, highlighter and other face products. You know what I mean, right? So I already did another video, which is the weekly joke video. So if you just like to relax, please watch it. And let's check in now. So this side on my left, I'm applying with the hydrating formulas, and then with this side on my right, which probably is your left, I have applied the matte formula. Okay, I have to refer to the viewfinder and the mirror because they are different. On this side here, which is the hydrating one, is more glowy. Not the dewy type, but the glow type. You can see here, it's more glow. But on the mattifying one, it's more matte. I've textured skin, so I've already expected with a full or medium coverage foundation, the texture will be shown quite obviously, and yeah, it is. You can't see from the camera, but in front of the mirror, it is very obvious. So that's why I usually like a very natural, skin-like, luminous coverage foundation, not the full and medium coverage type. Looks good far away, but when you get nearer, then you will see all the melasses popping out. And currently it's only 2 hours. The foundation still sticks to my skin very well. For my oily T-zone, it is still mattifying. A bit of oil has produced, but it is still not shining. Okay, there's a little foundation collector at the side of the nose, both sides, especially on the matte area. I don't know, because currently it seems like my skin absorbs the foundation better. Now it's more like skin-like, except that the texture is shown. Let me wait for a while more to see whether my oily T-zone, especially my nose area, will it be very oily. So dears, I'll be back again for the second check-in and probably the last one also. So in the meantime, I will eat my dinner and also do some household chores. Yeah, I don't like to do household chores. How about you? Please comment in the comment section. Yeah, it's just a chores. So see you in a while. Hello dears, I'm back. And now the time is 12:24 AM. And it's about 8 hours of wearing these two foundations and primers. And again, on my left will be the hydrating one, their latest series. And on my right is their Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Formulas. Again, I just applied the primers and foundation, no other face products, so no powder. And I was doing household chores, washing dishes. It's very hot and I sweat a bit, and my face becomes very oily now. Okay, let me zoom you in. Basically, the whole of my T-zone, be it whether it's the hydrating formula or the soft matte formula, by now it's all gone. The whole T-zone is very oily now. It's all melted like a butter. This feels oily as well on my dry U-zone, oily and moisturized, and this also becomes oily, but it's less oily than the hydrating side. And as expected, because I have lots of texture, lots of media seeds, so whenever I apply full or medium coverage foundation, it will surface out. It is very obvious. So same here, it's still very obvious on both sides. And also at the side of my nose, there's not much deposit. Nothing really stays till now. So whether this is really a Longwear foundation, at least not on my face. Well, it's not actually the foundation and primer's fault, because this is my skin condition. So far, I haven't tried any products, mattifying products that really keeps my oil intact. For the first 2 hours, which is the first check-in, yes, the oily T-zone is still very matte, but about coming to 3 hours, the oil starts to surface out again. And today is a very hot and humid weather, so can't really blame the foundation. Other than that, yeah, over here at my laughing line, it creases a bit, but the color still remains. It oxidized just a bit, not a lot. Still similar to the color that I applied just now when it's fresh. It's basically all gone already. So in conclusion, although I'm not a person who likes full or medium coverage foundation, I just like the sheer, luminous, low coverage foundation because of my texture. I still find that actually for these foundations, the Pro Filt'r Hydrating and the Soft Matte, they perform quite well on my skin, although it's not of my preference. And because today is really hot and I'm doing a lot of household chores, so if you dears are those that work in the office, always in a very cool environment, then you may want to consider this. Also, because I'm actually quite surprised, the color I'm using is 210, which is neutral. All the while I thought I am yellow skin, very warm base, so naturally I chose yellow base foundation first, the warm base foundation. And when I was at Sephora, I'm testing out a few colors. I'm surprised that I actually fitted to their neutral range. So colors actually fit me quite well because recently I think I've darkened a lot, and I find that some of my favorite foundation has oxidized very fast, and I thought because I've turned 10, but actually when I try out my other previous pre-loved foundations, then I realized some of the foundation oxidize quite fast. But so far, as the first impression, not for these two. It oxidizes just a bit because it's a long day today. Just a bit, but not much difference from the time that I apply till now. And as I mentioned, by now both sides fit, whether it's a hydrating one or the mattifying one, my skin is super duper glowy now. So on the mattifying, it's slightly lesser glowy than the other. So I think for the anti-shine and the mattifying effect, it's not really working very well on my skin, but that's the condition of my skin. And right now, both sides become super glowy, just that the mattifying is slightly lesser glowy than the other side. But it'll be much better using the powder to set the foundation. So for those who have very oily skin, I think you really need to touch up the powder every now and then, because it's not really working very well on me. For the mattifying side, on my oily T-zone, it doesn't really control the oil that well. So if you dears has very oily skin, then you may have to touch up every now and then. And on my dry U-zone, I don't actually feel uncomfortable, because I keep hearing that this can be too mattifying and too dry on dry skin. So I don't feel that. I feel comfortable. And for this is a hydrating one. On my oily T-zone, yes, oil will produce after a while, just like the matte, so actually not much different. And on my dry U-zone, again, this is very hydrating and very moisturized. So if you dears have very dry skin, you may really want to consider this hydrating foundation. But if you have very textured skin like me, because I really don't like to have full coverage or medium coverage, then you may want to skip it, because it will really emphasize the texture for all the full coverage and medium coverage foundation. And if you dears have combination skin and is very particular that you really want to solve the two sides of the problem, so may I suggest you use the mattifying ones on the oily T-zones and hydrating one for the dry U-zone, but it will cost double. Otherwise, just go according to your main concern. For me, I would still prefer hydrating more than mattifying, but depending on the weather as well. If the weather is too hot, then I still prefer mattifying. So just select what you prefer and suits you. And now, if you're still interested to know what is the alternative for the hydrating foundation for the drugstore, may I suggest you can actually look out for BH Cosmetic Naturally Flawless. I've already discarded that foundation because after a long while it has some smell. I think it's going to turn bad soon. That foundation, when applied to the skin, it really smooths out your skin and makes the whole face looks very glowy and very healthy. I'll repurchase that foundation again when I buy from BH Cosmetic. And if you dears are not into cruelty free, maybe you can also try this Bonjour's Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. Okay, this is the older version. I didn't try the new version because by the time the new version came out, I've already converted myself to cruelty free user, and Bonjour's is not cruelty free. So maybe you can check that out also, because it has a very gelish texture, and naturally I will assume the same for their new foundation. So you can try it out at any Watsons or Guardians or any drugstore. Alright, that's all for the sharing today. Hope that this sharing today will help you out to decide whether which foundation suits you better, or do you really need to get this? Or if you do want to get this, maybe the two drugstore dupe, actually not dupe, alternative may suit you better. Alright, last but not least, here's an inner beauty tip for us to be more beautiful and more wise. Make every second count, for time is our wealth and life. Thank you so much, dears, for watching again. And if you happen to like this video, I do cruelty-free beauty products review and play around with makeup and create makeup looks. And if you like this video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. And you dears have a peaceful, blissful and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye!